We officially have information on the MSI CLAW because it's officially announced as of CES today. We're going to be talking about that and so much more in the latest episode of Decked Up, a gaming and tech podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm Mekel, Kasanova, the host of DeckedUP, a gaming and tech podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the MSI CLAW because it officially got revealed globally at CES 2024. And we're going to talk about the specs because I got a couple things wrong. The main thing is I said there was going to be 2 models. There's actually going to be 3. But we're going to dive into that and so much more. Before we do all that, the typical YouTube stuff, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're listening to it in audio format on Spotify or whatever the website or, for podcasting you listen to it on, make sure you follow the show, like it, leave a rating, share it with someone. And all that being said, let's go ahead and get into this episode. I'm ready to talk about this. I am hyped. Let's go ahead and look at it. So, man, I had to rush home because as soon as I saw this, I was like, all right, Jim, gotta wait. Mid-set had to go ahead and hop on in here. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So this is the official website, and we're looking at it here. And so it's going to have an Intel Core Ultra 7. It's powered by the Ultra 7 processors. It says the CLAW A1M. The MSI CLAW A1M, a groundbreaking handheld gaming device that marks a new era in portable gaming experiences, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and featuring Intel ZES or XeSS technology, ensuring a smooth and immersive gameplay experience even on AAA titles. So let's go ahead and go through it. So it's going to have Windows 11 Home. So it says up to, which means some variations there. So it's got the Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, the 155H, ergonomic design, long session gaming comfort, MSI Center M, which is dedicated for the handheld. Similar to, you can compare that to, the stuff on the Ally and Legion space, right? Keep that in mind. It's also got cooler boost, hyperflow, so keep cooler, game longer, and a 53 watt-hour battery life, leading battery life for the longest play, which we'll see. All right, going back down, it says ergonomics. Ergo gaming science of comfort. With thousands of sample data collected from around the world, the CLAW is ergonomically tailored for comfort and precision, designed to fit the natural contours of your grip. It provides an intuitive gaming experience for hands of all sizes. Yeah, it looks pretty much like the I'm gonna say the ROG Ally, slightly probably more contoured than that. But definitely looks a little bit different than the renders that we've seen so far from leaks. Not substantially, but it's enough to warrant like, oh. All right, so it says perfection through anthropometry. As a handheld device, CLAW has achieved the optimal balance between its grip and weight. We have meticulously polished various design details from the curvature that fits the palm to the finger, grip positions, and trigger force. The science of comfort. All right. So for those of y'all who don't own bezels, it's got bezels. It says tailored software for ease of use. MSI Center M provides a dedicated interface designed for handheld devices with easy to use settings. So you got quick settings. So similar to what ASUS and Lenovo offer. Quick settings editor, which is like both of those. You got your lighting. All right, so we got AI engine, which I'm curious to learn about that. Mystic Light. What else is that? Media gallery, noise cancellation, Nahemic? I'm not sure what that is. System information, SD card central, live update service, general settings. Okay. Macro key settings, like all the others. Control mode, so gamepad, desktop mode. This looks so much like what ASUS put into the Ally. It is interesting. Okay. All right, look at this. This does look comfortable, but it looks exactly like the ROG Ally, if I'm being completely honest. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's just what it looks like. All right, going down. Intel Core Ultra 7. So next gen hybrid performance up to Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, 155H, with its lightning fast processing speeds, featuring Intel's first integrated NPU for power efficient AI acceleration and local inference for the laptop. The latest Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, 155H, is a game changer, whether you're into gaming, content creation, or heavy multitasking. This is your ticket to a seamless and high performance computing experience. So it's got 6 P cores, 8 E cores, 2 low power E cores, an NPU inside, Intel ZES, ZES super sampling. I say ZES and ZE. So y'all want to correct me, go ahead. And this is the back of it, right? All right, we see we got, again, just like the ROG Ally, it's got, and I'm not even knocking the ROG Ally's design aesthetics. I think it's pretty good for what it is. But yeah, they they pretty much lifted it. All right, so you got the back buttons from that. All right. Hyperflow. So I said it's going to have a dual fan, and that's one of the things I really wanted to have. And it has that dual fan capability on it. So or function and feature on it. So cooler boost hyperflow, revolutionary airflow, cool from within. MSI CLAW's revolutionary intra-flow thermal design redirects parts of the airflow to also cool the internals, keeping all components cool so you can game longer. All right, so pulls in from the back, goes to the thermal design, and then from there it shoots it out the top. I'm curious what that micro SD card slot is going to be. All right, so let's go down further. 53 watt hour battery life. So this is the long battery across the back. It says best in class battery life. Unlock exceptional gaming endurance with our breakthrough battery capacity. It's where efficient power meets robust performance. More game, less charge. Power that lasts 50% longer compared to market average. We'll see about that, because you can talk about how big your battery life is. I believe the Legion Go and the what's the other one? I believe, yeah, Steam Deck OLED both have 50 watt hour batteries. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm literally straight home talking about this. I'm seeing this. I'm like, all right, off the top of my head, this is what I remember. If I'm wrong, correct me. Okay. All right. What else is there? Let's keep going down. Say day to night. Yeah, it's not gonna be lasting that long. Let's be honest here. Anyway, Mystic Light, game fancier and easier, featuring RGB adorning the analog 6 and ABXY buttons on both sides. The claw effortlessly exudes the perfect gaming style. Tailor it to your preferences and enjoy watching the lights dance to your favorite tunes. All right. It's a slightly modified ROG Ally layout, but for the most part, same type of buttons, same font too for the buttons. RGB lighting around the analog 6, just like the ROG Ally. Same D-pad, so it's a disc D-pad, which I don't have any complaints about. I think the ROG Ally has the best D-pads on all the devices. And then we got same layout for menu and options, or start and select if you're old head like me. And then you've got, I'm guessing this is going to be your quick setting on your left, and then your full, just launching the MSI suite on the right. And then they did a little bit to differentiate it. I mean, it's not a white device; it's all black. Front firing speakers here. So, for instance, it's essentially a better ROG Ally. But I'm curious. Here's the thing: if they really want to gun for the ROG Ally and even the Legion Go, this needs to have Hall effects triggers, Hall effects sticks. I'm curious if it has that. We're going to go ahead and dive into that further. So it's got 120 hertz, which I called it, 120 hertz screen, 7-inch smoothness ready. So dive into the ultra gaming experience with a 7-inch premium 120 hertz gaming display with exceptional color reproduction and smooth action, just like the Ally. Intuitive control, outfitted with Hall effect triggers and joysticks, built to last with microscopic precision. I said it needed to have both of those if it wanted to gun. for the ROG Ally if it wants to go for the #1 spot. And yo, MSI, you're listening to, you telepathically, you're on some Charles Xavier, you know, type of stuff right there. I dig it. I dig it. I like it. All right, cool. We got both. I'm fully intrigued now. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to cop this, but more than likely, I'm gonna get a. I believe, because I've been talking with MSI. I believe I'm gonna be getting a review unit for this, and we already gotta wait for Dave 2D's video to drop. I was talking to somebody in the comment section about that. Dave 2D, you know, Dave 2D and Lions Tech Tips is probably gonna be the first ones to have it. All right, cool. This is already revolutionary in my opinion. All right, Thunderbolt 4, endless expandability. Swift transfers and extensive connectivity with Thunderbolt 4. That's great. Good thing they got that. Benefit of that for those who are unaware, you can use this with Thunderbolt 4 monitors, as well as this is probably going to have the capability of running into an eGPU just using the Thunderbolt connection. So that's really good. And I actually have a capture card from AverMedia that only uses Thunderbolt, so that's going to be cool. It's Thunderbolt 4. All right. High-res audio. Immersive and true audio experience delivers immersive, accurate audio placement for gamers, giving you the competitive edge. 2-watt speakers on the front, so that's already, you know, that's already great. High-res audio certification. All right, let's go down further. Right bumper, macro on the back, left trigger, volume up and down, audio jack here, Thunderbolt 4, SD card readers in the same place as ROG Ally. Interesting. But the power button and fingerprint sensor is on the left side as opposed to the right, so that's pretty dope. And then you've got again, micro button 2, left trigger, left bumper. All right, so it's very standard. But it's got, it seems like it's got, I don't have my ROG Ally on me right now, but it seems like it has more ventilation options than the Ally does. Way more. So that's going to make it run a lot cooler overall. Okay. And let's see. Left stick, view button. Okay, so view button, MSI center, M button, menu button, quick setting button. Oh, okay, I got it wrong. So on the right is a quick setting button. So on the left, the MSI center M button. Okay. All right. Okay. We cool, baby. All right. MSI app player. So gaming library expanded. Thanks to exclusive app player, MSI CLAW is the only handheld that offers the widest gaming library, offering games with across both Windows titles and Android mobile titles. I don't know if I can agree with that, because at the same time, Lenovo with the Legion Go, which this actually do have because I was playing it this morning. This right here also has the capability of doing that. So that's some, let's just call it a spade for what it is. You know, that is bullshit. Okay, so let's keep going down. More of the specs. Claw A1M, up to Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, 155H. Windows 11 Home, ergonomic design for optimal gaming experience, 7-inch FHD, so 1920 by 1080, 120 hertz refresh rate. Doesn't say if it has VRR. I'm assuming this does not have variable refresh rate. I don't really care if it does or doesn't, but you know, there's gonna be folks that are gonna be like, oh, it doesn't have VRR, and how could they? How dare they? You know, bullshit, outrage, clickbaiters. You know, hey, I get it. Everybody gotta have a friggin' angle. That's what it is. But I don't care if it has VRR or not. Anyway, touchscreen, 100% sRGB, which is typical for high-order nits. That's typical as well. IPS level panel. So it's a bright display. It's not going to be as bright or as clear as the Steam Deck OLED, or of course, because it's a lower resolution, it's not going to be as clear as the Legion Go. But Legion Go is also a 2K screen. Anyway. Hall effect triggers and joysticks built to last with microscopic precision. That already right there just sets it apart from everything else. Because the Ally has Hall effect triggers and the Legion Go has Hall effect sticks. This right here gets you both in one. All right, so best in class 53 watt hour battery life capacity. We'll see, and we got to test this on real world testing. So you can't really just jump in and say, "Oh yeah, this is going to be dumping on the competition." We won't know until we actually have it in our hands. Revolutionary cooler boost hyperflow technology redirects airflow to cool internal components. Exclusive macro keys cast your ultimate with just one click. That's pretty dope, but I mean everything else has that too. Swift transfers, MSI Center M provides dedicated interface, handheld device, easy use settings. MSI AI engine adjusts various settings automatically that best fit your needs. That I'm very curious about. I wish there's more information on that. And that it seems to be just about everything. It seems about, yeah, that's just about everything. Um, Click on specifications. Let's go and look over this again. Wi-Fi, so it's got Wi-Fi 7. For those of y'all who don't have 7, that's gonna mean faster download speeds, much substantially more better. That's more better connection when you're gaming online, or even if you're just surfing or streaming. Plus it has Bluetooth 5.4, which is the latest Bluetooth, which is great that it has that. The Intel Arc graphics card, LPDDR5 6400, built-in mic, headphone out combo. The thing I'm trying to find out is the models, because I saw Wario64 tweet about this. So let's go back. All right, so where to buy? Let's click on this and let's see if we can get some more information on that. All right. All right, I can't read that. So we're gonna do this. Hold on for a minute. We about to go to all right, so we over here on Wario64. He's the one that talked about this, right? All right, so MSI CLAW has 3 models. So he says $699 to $799. So I called it right with the $699 $799 price. And so this is going to be dropping soon. So first half of 2024, so that could be Q1, Q2. I'm going to lean this more so into being a March or April release, because that's when the fiscal year is going to be really going. Let's go ahead and click on this, click on The Verge and see what they got to say about it. So The Verge says MSI's CLAW is an Intel-powered Windows competitor to Valve's Steam Deck. The gaming handheld is equipped with a 7-inch LCD display and a 53 watt-hour battery that MSI says should offer 2 hours of battery life, even with demanding AAA games. Again, based on your settings and how you use it, we won't know until we actually get our hands on it. So this is written by John Porter, right? The Verge. Let's go ahead. And this guarantees that someone like Dave2D, I bet by the time this video goes up, Dave2D got his video out, and you best believe I'm gonna be watching it with y'all. All right, so it says MSI is the latest PC manufacturer to attempt to take on Valve's Steam Deck with the CLAW, a new Windows-based gaming handheld. It's announcing at CES. The CLAW is powered by Intel's new Meteor Lake Core Ultra processor, announced last month, and can be spec'd with up to, and they put parentheses around that, Intel Core Ultra 7 11, not 11, 155H chipset. Sorry, my toddlers are running back and forth, so if I trip up, it's because I'm trying to focus on this, and I hear her running around, opening and closing doors, opening and closing refrigerator. If you're a parent, you can get it. If you don't have kids, well, I just explained it to you. Anyway, let's keep going on this. According to MSI's press release at CES 2024, MSI tells us its plans to ship 3 models ranging from $699 to $799 when it arrives in the first half of the year, with the base tier shipping with a Core Ultra 5, 512 gigs of storage. So I'm assuming $699 is going to be the Ultra 5, 512. $749 is going to be Core Ultra 7 and 512 gigs. And then the $799 is going to be Core Ultra 7 with 1 terabyte of storage. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. Anyways, says we have a full hands-on from CS soon. We literally just got hands-on the handheld and are writing up impressions now. Although Valve did invent the handheld gaming PC form factor, why does it seem like folks is Jack? I say that a lot. Anyway, its release of the Steam Deck in early 2022 has been followed by a wave of releases from major manufacturers. We've seen a series release ROG Ally, Lenovo came out with the Legion Go, and even Logitech got involved with that. Is freaking that doesn't even okay. That doesn't this should not even be here, because if you're gonna bring up Logitech and the Stream Focus G Cloud, then you have to bring up Razer with the Razer Edge tablet. But considering that's not really competing in this market, why would you bring that up? Period. I don't understand that type of journalism, but whatever. Anyway, that's me going on a little tangent. Don't mind me. MSI has a couple of different pitches for why its claws worth paying attention to. It's equipped with a new processor from Intel, which supports Intel's upscaling technology and compatible titles. MSI claims its processor allows the handheld to play AAA games effortlessly. And then there's a 53 watt-hour battery, which MSI claims is the largest in its class and offers 2 hours of battery life under full load, as well as a cooling system with air vents that are claimed 50% larger than its competition or competitors. Despite its name, which makes me think of any number of uncomfortable hand positions, MSI says the Claw has been optimized for handheld over long gaming sessions. At 675 grams, it's a tad heavier than the original Steam Deck and measures 294 millimeters wide by 117 millimeters tall and 21.2 millimeters thick. MSI says it's equipped with tactile buttons and Hall effect triggers, which, with any luck, should prove durable in the long run. It has Hall effect joysticks too, to hopefully avoid any future drift. The Claw has a 7-inch 120Hz IPS display with a resolution of 1080p and a typical brightness of 500 nits, which is similar to the screen you'll find on the Asus ROG Ally. And MSI tells us it should feature variable refresh rate too. Okay, so it will have VRR potentially. It's not on the website, but they say that it will have VRR too. Okay, so this is basically just a better ROG Ally, better battery, and better cooling, so and better processor. According to some folks don't care for the Intel chip, but whatever. The screen sits between resolutions of Valve's 800p and Steam Deck and a larger 1600 display in the Lenovo Legion Go, although it lacks OLED display of the more recent deck. Well, based on their own website, it's IPS panel with 1080p, 1920 by 1080p. So, yeah. Other specs include 16 gigabytes of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of PCIe M.2 storage. The 799 model comes with that amount on top of, oh, okay, hold up. Pause. So this does not have 32 gigs of RAM, like a lot of folks were leaking and saying that it does. Okay, that's good to know. So it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, LPDDR5, with up to 1 terabyte PCIe M.2 storage. Okay, all right, okay, cool. So that puts that to rest. So we would have to have that conversation no more. All right. 4-port, Thunderbolt 4-port, micro SD slot for adding more storage capacity, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and a power button equipped with a fingerprint sensor that's on the left side instead of the right. I mean, they had to change the color, switch a little things around so they don't get hit with a cease and desist from and a plagiarism suit from Asus. I'm sorry. And I will be working with MSI, but like, come on now, you can't look at that and say, yo, this is not just a black version of the ROG Ally with the power button on the left instead of the right. Anyway, and look, I'm just going on my little tangents. So the handheld also has macro buttons that you can record various functions to, and there's RGB illumination, and each of its thumbsticks, much like Asus's ROG Ally. For software, the Claw is running Windows 11 with MSI's own MSI Center M software on top of on top to offer shortcuts to your games and gaming library as well as PC titles. MSI, sorry, that was a run-on sentence. My bad. As well as PC titles, MSI advertises that the Claw can run Android games via its app player, though it's worth mentioning that people have gotten similar emulators running on other Windows-based handhelds. And again, Legion Go comes with that. All right, let's go. It says, if the recent flux of gaming handhelds has taught us anything, it's that the handheld gaming PC form factor is filled with endless trade-offs between power, battery life, portability, specs, and of course, price. We need to wait to find out whether MSI has found the right balance. All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about my overall thoughts on this. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, okay. So you got, we put to bed 16 gigs of RAM. So if you're looking at this price range, $699, $799. So every $50 increment, you got a different model option to you. $699, your lowest entry, Intel Ultra 5 core processor and chipset. So they didn't really say it, but if they said it starts at $699, $799, and ends at $799, so $750 or $749.99 is going to give you the Intel Ultra 7 with the 512 gigs of storage. And that's the guesstimation you can take to the bank. I'm stand on this. And then you've got the $799 one, which is going to give you the Intel Ultra 7 and 1 terabyte of storage. You've got 100, and on their own website, you got 120 hertz refresh rate, IPS panel, 1080p or 1920 by 1080p, so full HD. And according to this article by The Verge, it's going to have allegedly VRR. So there's that. Nowhere on the website does it say that, but it says that there. All right. Black in color. I personally prefer black devices to white devices, just because black devices don't stain as bad or noticeably as the white devices do. Don't make this about race. I'm just saying what it is. That means that, all right, so you got that. Front firing 2-watt speakers, bigger ventilation, bigger fans, better cooling. MSI has incredible software, so I'm hoping this out of the gate it's not going to ship bad. But I've told y'all before, well, these are all first generation products. So if it's going to come out, it's going to have some buggy software. It is what it is. Y'all can't get mad about that, you know. We got that. Hall effect triggers, Hall effect stickers. Sticks. My kid just said stickers. I just anyway. Hall effect triggers, Hall effect sticks. That already sets it apart from the ROG Ally as well as the Lenovo Legion Go. It having both means you're going to have better functionality when you're playing shooters or games that's going to utilize the triggers, and you're going to have next to no stick, probably no stick drift ever because it has Hall effect sticks. And the, overall as a package, minus the fact, and we got to bring this up. I got to bring this up because people are going to bring it up in the comments if I don't talk about it. There's no trackpad on this, right? A lot of folks are going to be mad about that. They're going to say, oh, this device, I've got comments on when I was talking about the Claw in the last video, the last podcast episode. People were saying like, no trackpad means it's not going to be great. Can't compete with the deck or, all this other, woo, woo. I just got to say this. I can get around Windows fine with the way ASUS made the ROG Ally, left trigger for, your left click or, your right click, right trigger for your left click for, confirmation and stuff like that. And using the sticks, I don't really have any issue navigating Windows. Yeah, it's easier with a trackpad, but, they did what they did. I can't be mad at them for going that route. But the lack of a trackpad is going to be a detractor for it, which a lot of people are going to feel upset about it. I'm expecting to see a whole bunch, and this is me just breaking the fourth wall. I'm expecting to see a crop of content creators branding their channels around MSI CLAW because that's going to be the next wave. because every time you got a device come out, I don't care if it's the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. People are gonna brand around it. Apple, same thing with Apple and Android, Samsung. You know, you got Samsung nice, Apple loyalists out there. People are gonna do that because this is just peeling back the curtain, folks. I expect to see a lot of that. But overall, as a package, I prefer the color of it. Hall effect triggers, Hall effect sticks has my attention fully. That's the biggest. I think they should lean into that with the marketing. That you're not gonna get stick drift. You're not gonna have issues with your buttons, your triggers. They should lean. I think they fully should lean into that with the marketing. And then you got you know, the bigger fans and cooling, the bigger battery, 53 watt hour. Again, that needs to be tested, but I'm assuming low to medium settings, being able to play a game for 2 hours, Cyberpunk 2077, Call of Duty, Starfield, you know, Tekken. I'm sure Tekken 8 is going to be optimized a lot better, but you know, fighting games, I would actually, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I would actually get rid of my ROG Ally and replace it with this for the battery life, better fans, and the triggers, and Hall effect stick. It's a better value to me. And now people are going to argue about the Intel Ultra series and saying it's going to have compatibility with games. You can argue that all you want, but the folks in R&D, the folks who did the testing, everything, this wouldn't come to market if there wasn't something to allow this to work. I know there's a lot of us that are armchair analysts out here that feel like we know everything, but unless we're in these meetings, unless we're in these R&D settings, we don't know a goddamn thing. We can only speculate. Even with this podcast, me going over this, still speculation. Until it's in our hands, we won't know. Or Dave 2D hands. Now, I'm not knocking Dave 2D. I love Dave 2D. I'm over here just waiting to get that notification right now that Dave 2D got that. He got it and he talking about it. Or he's had it for a bit. But anyways, and when you're looking at price, right? $699, $799, so it's a very fair price. I think we're just in a really good spot right now with this. Like if you're considering that, unless you want to save some money, go with the ROG Ally, or consider the Lenovo Legion Go, which, you know, this is one of the best values out there as of now with all the updates and everything. Still got a shitty D-pad, but it is what it is. So my overall thoughts on this is ultimately, if you're looking at getting any of these handheld devices at this point, if you want something with sticks that will never drift and triggers you're never going to have issues with, I would say go with this. If you want something with one of the largest batteries in a device, go with this. If you're looking at something that has, you know, high refresh rate and, you know, 1080p screen, I think is better than going with a 2K screen or higher, then go with this. The fans, the fact that this is going to stay cool, it's going to have better thermals than anything on the market. You can't really go wrong with this, you know, whatsoever. The biggest thing is going to be the Intel Core chips, because that is what's going to be the part where you're going to have divide. The super hardcore nerds are going to say that's not worth it. Other folks are going to say it is. You know, that's going to be more amongst the technical folks. That's going to be a divisive talking point. But not having a trackpad is going to be a big thing that a lot of people probably coming from a Steam Deck are going to have an issue with. But if you're looking at not spending $699 or $799 for the price of you know, ROG Ally, which is great value, you can get that and probably open box, or if they have another sale that drops it down to $399, that's going to be a great option for you too. Another thing is going to be the Thunderbolt 4, which a lot of people probably aren't going to talk about, but it have that faster data transfer, more compatibility with USB-C monitors and Thunderbolt monitors, and just that should be a standard for anything that's going to utilize a USB-C input. It should be Thunderbolt 4, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, from everything I'm seeing, I think this is definitely a go. I think this is something that I would completely invest money in. But like I said, I'm working with MSI. I'm probably gonna have a review in it closer to launch to make my coverage of it. But yeah, I got my eye on it. I wasn't before that that keen on it, but right now, yeah, I'm strongly considering. But what do you guys think? Is this something you're considering picking up? Are you gonna get that, or are you gonna stick with the ROG Ally Legion, go with the Steam Deck or Steam Deck OLED? Whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get it going in the conversation down below. If you're listening to this in audio format, it's particularly on Spotify, sponsor of the show, then you will see a conversation poll. You can comment in that, or if you're listening to this on YouTube or watching on YouTube, just leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. For, against, in between, around, all around, however you feel about it. And then if you guys want to pick up some merch or support the show, we got Patreon, we got channel memberships, we got merch over on Teespring and TeePublic. And also we got some more things in the works. We got some official DeckedUP gear that I will start wearing on the show. All that being said, too, support the show, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the stuff that YouTube wants you to do. If you're listening to it in audio format, all the stuff that you can do there. Follow the show, like it, share it around, and the like. That being said, catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe, be blessed. I didn't get up out of here because my train of thought is shot. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have aloha, ahui ho. I'll see you around. Peace.